Hi, good day. My name is Carmen Little, and I'm here live at Blanca Ribas Touron Dance Facility in Couva, Trinidad and Tobago. With me is the renowned Carl Edwards, who has actively been in dance for over 2 decades. And during this time, he has been the recipient of many prestigious awards and commendations for his contribution in the art form, both locally and internationally. So, Carl, do you think there's a resurgence of ballroom dance in Trinidad and Tobago?
Yes, there is. To explain a little on it, I would say that dancing basically was done socially at weddings, christenings, things like that, festivals. At this point in time, dancing is more of a competitive nature, and there is a resurgence of a lot of the old dancers as well as new dancers coming on board.
And how did you get involved in ballroom dancing?
I got involved many years ago by joining as a student in a dance class in San Fernando. And from there, I eventually became the president of the Ballroom Association. And that was like a takeoff platform for me in the dance.
How did you graduate from being a student to a dancer?
Well, the movement from a student to a teacher was basically academic. It's basically studying dance and trying to do, as the US will say, do a major in dance, and then eventually qualifying and becoming a teacher.
Okay, so can you give us some instances of your travels for dancing purposes?
Okay, I would have traveled to a few countries. Well, first I've traveled to Barbados, where I did an exhibition dance in one of the Barbados Open Latin competition held by the Jabulani Club of Barbados. I also traveled to the UK, where I did a lecture on local dances in Trinidad, specifically the heel and toes, to dance teachers from all around the world. I also traveled to Chile some time ago, where my dance partner and myself, we were the guest artists at the opening of the first South American Dance Championship. We also traveled to Ecuador and did some dancing in Ecuador.
Can you identify a style that is peculiar to the Caribbean as compared to Latin dancing?
In Trinidad, we have what we call dance, stroke dance. A dancer in Trinidad dances anything and everything. Trinidadians are basically, as you would say, like born. We are born with dancing in our genes. However, dancing for dance competition purpose, there is a structure, there are dance figures, there are rules governing the competition, which is unlike how we are accustomed dancing. Dancing in competitions, you basically dance with a partner, you need to stick with that partner and concentrate your training with that partner. In Trinidad, however, we still have this style where a gentleman will walk up to any lady and a partner with her to take a dance. So it's still a very social way of dancing.
So where do you see ballroom dancing headed in Trinidad and Tobago, Carl?
Well, I can see ballroom dancing moving away from social dancing to competitive dancing. We in Trinidad and Tobago are now full members of the World Dance Sport Federation, which is the governing body for competitive dancing in the world. They are the affiliated body to the IOC. So our dance body in Trinidad, local dance body, are affiliated to the Ministry of Sports, where we now consider dance sport, and we are also affiliated to the Trinidad and Tobago Olympic Committee. So we basically treat dance today as competitive dancing, as a sport, and not really as social or festival dancing anymore.
And tell us about your personal plans in dancing.
Okay, my plan is to see Trinidad reach the top of the world in dancing and this is organized dancing. So as such, we are presently training teachers and coaches so that from schools all over Trinidad and Tobago, we also plan to teach the dance teachers from the Ministry of Education so that we would have a revolution in dance. And this is structured dance because it must begin there.
Do you see it as a tangible benefit for youths who are inclined to a life of crime?
That is a hard question. To say that, the answer will be yes and no. Yes, if dance is offered in some constructive way as an alternative to the crime. No, if we just offer the dance freely to each and everyone. Trinidad has a very funny culture. If you go to a PTA meeting, you see the same people. If you go to church, you see the same people. Anything constructive, you see the same people. But to get the people, the delinquents on board in anything in Trinidad is a very, very difficult chance. It's a difficult one. However, if you can and get them in some constructive way in a dance school and offer them dance as an alternative to the time spent, useless time, then and only then it can be considered as an alternative where they can improve themselves by dancing rather than getting themselves involved in crime.
And what about our seniors?
Well, as for the seniors, I think the seniors will always be there with us. As a matter of fact, I am a senior. And they will always be here with us. They will dance socially. And they are the ones we are depending on to retrain so that they can train the young people to dance competitively.
Finally, Carl, do you see any aspect of ballroom dancing being a lucrative career?
Yes, I myself am trying, after retirement from the traditional workplace, will be going into dance full time. There's a lot of opening for people who are interested in dance to use it as a career. It is all there. The offering is there for anybody who willing to take up the challenge.